is a brand partner call. So I assume that all of you are brand partners, or maybe you're considering becoming a brand partner with Young Living. I tell you, it's the best thing I've ever done for myself and my family. I'm so forever grateful for Young Living. I'm forever grateful for the people that I've met along the way in Young Living. And one of those people that I've met is Alyssa Francis. When we met, she was sitting behind me in a bus seat. We were going between our resort and the Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood Farm on a Drive to Win trip. She was a guest with Myra Yarbrough, and we just got to know each other. And I have just fallen in love with Alyssa over and over and over again. The more I get to know her, the more layers I see of this beautiful person. And I know that her knowledge as a Royal Crown Diamond with Young Living, you're going to see that tonight. This is one of the most grace-filled, amazing humans I have met in Young Living. And we are so blessed to have her here. She's going to be walking us through the foundations of Young Living's compensation plan. And towards the end, we're going to stop the recording, and then we're going to open it up to Q&A. So it's a good thing you guys are here live. Okay, so Alyssa, I'm going to turn it over to you and spotlight your video.
Thank you, Tina. That was such a kind introduction, and I'm so grateful for that bus ride and the years that we've known each other. Thanks to this company, thanks to Young Living. And that's what we are going to be talking about tonight. So as you know, we are discussing the compensation plan, but also I want to talk a little bit about why this is an opportunity that you might want to consider. I'd love to hear in the comments, is anyone here tonight for the very first time, like their very first Zoom call, live, in action? We love newbies. Those are, for me, the most fun people to talk to, because I get to share why I went from your shoes, right, brand new with the company, to where I am today, which is almost a decade later, still here, still using my products that I know and love so very much, and now getting to teach about this opportunity. Without the opportunity, none of us would be here. And of course, none of us would be here without the amazing products that we're all in love with. So I'm going to be teaching you guys tonight about the foundations of our compensation plan. And I do this because there are some very key fundamentals that you need to understand before you can really dive into the complexities of our compensation plan. And when you understand those fundamentals, then you can teach them to others. And that's what duplication is all about. When you understand something, when you grasp something, and this might not be new for you tonight, this information, maybe you've heard it many, many times, but that's how you become an expert in the information. You could turn around and share it with others. So I do have a PowerPoint for you. Let me go ahead and grab that off my screen. Can y'all see that? Okay, let me get this started. All right. Sorry for the dings. My phone is blowing up. It's been a little bit of a crazy day, but that's why we have oils. Okay. So like I said, we're talking about the foundations of the compensation plan. And what I mean by that is we'll be talking about just some of the terms that you need to know, the basics of how we get paid. And we're going to cover mostly up to the rank of executive, because that is like, once you understand that, then you can kind of move on into silver and above. So this is me and my family. And this is really why I'm here, and why I got started with this company was for my children. I was looking for a better way. I was a mama on a mission to get the toxic stuff out of my house and find a better way. And I found so much more than that, but this is what it's all about. My daughter there next to me, the tall one, she's actually the whole reason I got started in Young Living. I was looking for ways to support her attention span at school. And that's how I was led to this company. That's a very long story that I made short. And she is currently right now a counselor at summer camp. And she has had me ship her, I think, 3 boxes of Young Living stuff so far since she got there. Because when you have immersed your family in these products for, the last decade, they fall in love with them too, and they cannot live without them. So that's the goal. But this is really why we're here, right? It's because of this man right here. This is Gary Young, our founder. And this quote, I am a quote junkie, by the way, if you don't know that about me. I love quotes. And this quote is my favorite from Gary. He has a lot of them, because this truly sums up what our company is about. I was not looking for a business opportunity when I found Young Living. It truly found me. I started using these products on my family with amazing success and telling my friends about them. And it was great to earn a paycheck by doing so, but I was not all about the MLM hype. That was not me. I was here because of the purpose behind this company. I'll explain that a little more here with our vision and mission statement. These are so powerful: a healthy home for each of us, a healthy world for all of us. And really, it starts with that healthy home. It starts with us, with what we're doing in our homes, making those replacements, switching out things that are not beneficial to our bodies with non-toxic options like Young Living lotions. And that is how I got hooked. And then a healthy world for all of us that's when it becomes bigger than yourself, right? Like, you're not just in it for your own family, but you have this mission to share with the world of, you want other people to experience what you've experienced. And that is powerful. When that gets a hold of you, you can't help but share what you know and what you've experienced. This photo I like to show people because most of you probably have never been to the global headquarters in Utah, but that is our actual building. It is beautiful. You're driving north on I-15. You look over to the right, you can't miss it. It's up on the hill. And this building, unfortunately, is mostly empty now because of the pandemic. There are very few people working in it. But I know that someday it will be reopened to the public, and it is a very special place. So why home-based business? Not everyone's looking for a home-based business, but there are some benefits that you might not have thought about. And, right now I'm literally wearing my slippers on my feet. And that's pretty much how I show up to work every day. It's kind of awesome, but that's not the only reason I love it. There's no commute. There's amazing tax benefits, flexibility of working hours. So I work, I fit in my work between being a mom, and I don't have to sacrifice that, right? So I fit it around my schedule and when it works for me. And that personal freedom to do so is pretty great. You can work from a device thanks to technology. We have Zoom. We have, over 100 people watching tonight, thanks to technology, learning about our company. And that is a phenomenal opportunity, just to be able to be at home and reach this many people. So we are in the business of social selling, and that word might scare a few people. So what is that? It's truly focused on relationships, engaging with your audience. Who's your audience? It's the people that follow you on social media, that you're friends with on Facebook. And you don't necessarily have to have a huge following, but all of us have a network. And so when you're talking about social selling, it's really very personalized and very genuine. So the reason I love Young Living is because it's really one of the most anti-MLMs. MLMs. Does that make sense? We're definitely not your typical network marketing company, because we do not teach copy and paste messages to old high school friends. We don't do that. We don't have, copy paste scripts. So it's all about being authentic and genuine and building those relationships. And that is how I built my business. That is how I know the other ladies that lead these Zooms, is thanks to those authentic connections that I've made with others. So why Young Living? Like, why this company? I just picked my top 10 reasons and made a list. I love a good top 10 list. Thank you, Dave Letterman. I'm just aging myself there. But like, here's 5 that you can read on the slide, and I'll just highlight a few of them. The fact that we have over 600 consumable wellness products might seem overwhelming to some of you. Oh my gosh, that's so many. Do I have to learn about all of them? No, you don't. But what I love about this is that we have something for everyone. Like, we are not a niche company where we can only help people of a certain age group, a certain gender. You know, we have something literally for everyone, all ages, and even pets, right? So that is amazing for me because it gives me such flexibility to talk to just about anybody about what we have to offer. Support from a community who wants you to succeed. I mean, this is proof right here. You are on a Zoom call with leaders all across the spectrum of our company that aren't even necessarily in the same organization. And we come together as a community to support everyone who is willing and ready to learn. And then generous bonuses and compensation plan, that's what we're talking about tonight. So we'll hear more about that in a moment. Next, 5, ongoing support and training. Obviously, that is happening now. And this part's pretty cool. No inventory to keep or deliver. You do not have to fill your garage with anything. We just refer people to the company, and Young Living takes care of the shipping and the fulfillment, which is a gift. Just a few numbers. I like stats. So here's some stats about our company right now. And yeah, I'm sure it's over 600 products. I don't have the exact count, but they're constantly adding new ones. That might seem a little crazy. You know, we've been in business for 27 years. Why do we have to keep adding new products? Don't we have enough? But here's the reality of that situation. They keep adding products because members keep asking them to add products. Members keep saying, but I need a replacement for this in my home, and I'm buying this from another company. I'd really like to buy it from Young Living. And so, for example, they just launched a whole brand new turmeric supplement, and we've been asking for that for years, and Young Living met that need and that demand, which is so much fun. And I know you guys, if you've been around for a while, you still have things on your list that you want Young Living to sell, and maybe that will happen someday. 270 plus essential oils and blends, more than any other company in the market, by the way, thanks to Gary, because he is the one who created all of those blends for us. And a 27-year history. This is really important when you're considering a business opportunity in our industry. A mentor of mine once said that the best time to get involved with a network marketing company is when it's at least 7 years old to 99 years old, okay? And anywhere in between those numbers. So what that means is if a company is less than 5 years old, first of all, there's no guarantee that it's gonna make it. And second of all, there's probably still a lot of bumps and bruises along the way. So choose wisely. I joined Young Living when it was already 18 years old. I did not get in on the ground floor, and I am still here 10 years later. We are an international company, so we are not just in the United States. The US is our biggest market, but we have 28 other markets and 33 offices worldwide. We have our own research institute, which is where we are developing all of those new products and new recipes, even without our founder. That is still, his legacy lives on through this research institute, and they are developing recipes and formulas to his standard that will never change, which is so important. And of course, the philanthropic piece. This is important to me. That's my t-shirt. It represents the D. Gary Young Living Foundation. These are the 3 pillars and the goals that they strive to meet: championing education, developing enterprise, and ending exploitation. This is the real deal. They are out there, boots on the ground, helping people in need every single month. And that to me is, it speaks volumes about our company, about the heart of our company. I have some quotes just from my own personal leaders, some of them on my team. I just asked them like, hey, what keeps you ordering month after month with Young Living? Why are you here? Why are you still here? And I have leaders on my team. I mean, I've been doing this almost a decade. So I have leaders on my team who've been in almost as long as me, and they're still showing up and they're still ordering and they still love the company. So here are some real quotes from a few of my leaders that I collected. And I just like to highlight so you can see it's not just me. And then I have a couple more on the next slide to share. So you can see people are pretty passionate about this company in the best way. I'm grateful for that, for these women on my team. All right, so we are talking about the compensation plan tonight. So I am required to show you this graph, this chart right here, our income disclosure. So this time next year, it's going to look a lot different because we just went through a reclassification to brand partners and customers. So it's going to look quite a bit different next year. So this is based on 2020. Something I want to point out is that they show you an annual income disclosure, annual. Why do they do that? Why don't they show us a monthly? Well, we are in sales, commissionable sales. And your monthly income can actually vary widely based on a number of factors. So first of all, in sales, some months are just going to be bigger than others. And those months would include convention month, holiday months. So October, we do a big holiday launch. November, those months leading up to the holidays are usually quite a bit bigger than, say, July, for example. So you're going to have months that are lower and you're going to have months that are higher. And so if they showed you a monthly income, it really wouldn't be accurate. So they show you an average income, and these are based on real numbers from real people in our company. You can see the highest, the average, the lowest, and the median opportunity. And also your income is always going to be higher if you are sharing our company with more people. So if you are out there bringing more customers in, if you're referring more customers and you're bringing them into Young Living month after month, you're going to have a higher income than you would on a month that, let's say, I don't know, you just had a baby and you're like, I need to take a break this month. I'm not going to be enrolling. Your check could go down. So those are just some examples of how your income can vary. However, for the purposes of teaching, I'm going to show you those numbers divided by 12. But I just, I share that as a disclaimer, like, hey, it could be higher, it could be lower, but when you take that number on the annual income disclosure and you divide it by 12, here's the average, all right? But don't give this too much weight. So I'm only going up to gold here. Tonight, I'm going to be covering the ranks of star through executive, but I want you to see, if you're new, what the possibilities are. I mean, I know that for me, I looked at that gold income when I was brand new, and I thought that would be incredibly life-changing for my family. Life-changing. So what is the number on that screen that would be life-changing for your family? Honestly, for most Americans, that executive level pay is truly life-changing because that's groceries, that's a car payment. And so that's what we're gonna be talking about tonight, because if you're just looking to make an extra $300 to $500 a month, guess what? Young Living can provide that opportunity. But there are also people making quite a bit more than that, and that is possible as well. So let's show you how. I had to really reframe my mindset around money when I came into Young Living. My background is actually, I was a frugal blogger. I was a couponer. Everything to me, if it was cheap, if it was free, that's what I was all about. And first of all, I had to realize I needed to get over that and make investments in my health. So that was number one, right? Like, if I'm not investing in my health now, I'm going to be paying a price later for both me, my husband, and my children. So that was my first mindset shift. And then my second mindset shift was, if I'm making more money, what am I going to do with it? And I'm going to do good things with it because of this quote right here. I don't know if Mary is the first person to ever say this, but she's the first person that I ever heard say it, okay? And this quote really made an impact on me, and it shifted my mindset around where I wanted to be as far as my income in Young Living. So let's talk about the basic terms that you need to know. And a lot of times you'll see these abbreviated. Okay, so if you're in Facebook groups, you will see like BP for brand partner, okay? And so I'm sharing these terms. You can take a screenshot of this if you need to, so that you can understand the differences between a customer, a brand partner, enroller, and sponsor. Those can be the same or different, by the way, the enroller and sponsor. And then a few more terms here: volume, point volume, organizational group volume. It's pretty important. And then our newest term to get familiar with is CV, customer volume, the PV of your personal purchases and your front line customers' purchases. Frontline means you're level 1, and we'll talk about what a level is, okay? So first we're going to dive into CV because this is new. Again, I'm going to repeat this: the PV of your personal monthly purchases and the PV of your frontline customer purchases. And it applies to the following ranks: associate, that is a new term as well, star, senior star, and executive ranks. Once you have reached silver and above, CV does not apply to you. So I have this little chart here to demonstrate what that can look like. Your brand partners under you do not count towards CV. That's important. So who does it apply to? These ranks. Pretty straightforward. Hopefully that helps clear up any confusion about CV, and I will explain. We'll go a little deeper here. So this is the basics. We're going to go a little deeper. Rank qualifications. So here we have star through silver, and you can see that CV qualification drops off at silver. What this means is a star, senior star, or executive can qualify as a paid brand partner with either their own PV or their customer volume, or a combination of the two. This is a game changer. This is a game changer because this makes our opportunity possible for anyone to meet these requirements. It's much more possible now. If you're sharing Young Living and you're bringing new customers into the company and into your organization, you're good on CV. You have met that requirement. So here we go. This is the actual screenshot from our compensation plan. Okay. I cropped it, blew it up so you can see what that looks like. Unilevel, nothing's changed there. The CV is requirement just for these ranks. And technically, yes, they can possibly earn a paycheck without even placing an order themselves. Of course, we want people ordering because then they're using the products and developing stories about them. If you're not using our products, you're not going to have stories. It's going to be a whole lot harder to share, but this does give you some options. What are legs? Here we go. Here's a circle chart. So this is what a leg looks like. You're at the top, and then the people under you on the first level, and everyone under them. That is a leg. So this is picturing 3 of them there. So to be a qualifying leg, meaning someone who helps you qualify for your rank and your bonuses, the top must be a brand partner. Okay, that's important. If the top of that leg is not a qualifying brand partner, the legs under him could function as the top of a leg. What this means is you could have a customer at the top of a leg. That'd be a little weird, but it could happen. And then you could have brand partners under that customer that would then qualify you. So determine leg qualification. The OGV of each potential leg is taken into account from greatest to least OGV. You'll see that in your downline viewer. It's ranked from The highest at the top to the lowest at the bottom. Now, levels are also a factor. As you can see, I'm showing you the 3 legs again, and then you have levels underneath those legs, 2, 3, 4. I love this visual because it helps you understand that this is not all about your level 1. That duplication, once it kicks in, you can get wider and wider and wider, and eventually those levels at the bottom are paying you more than your level 1. Pretty cool. And I'll show you why that happens. So here's the compensation plan that Young Living provides for us in the virtual office. And I know that when I was new and I saw a document like this, it was overwhelming. I was like, this is complicated. It's confusing. I don't understand it. So I've heard that for years, and I know that, and that's why I'm going to simplify it for you, okay? We get paid 4 ways, just 4. So if you can remember that, you can take that chart that was on the last slide, break it down into these 4 ways, you'll get it. You'll be like, okay, I understand now. I understand how we get paid. So the first way is fast start, then unilevel, then bonuses, and then finally for silvers and up generations. Tonight, we're going to dive into fast start, which is an absolutely amazing bonus that pays 25%. That's huge, you guys, huge. I don't know if any of you have ever done affiliate marketing before, but I was a blogger before Young Living, and basic affiliate payout is like 10%, 5, 25% is unheard of. So it's 25% for the first 3 months of your customers' volume for the people that you have personally brought into the company. But it gets better because there's a second layer to the fast start bonus. You also receive 10% on your personally enrolled brand partners' new customers. But here's the most mind-blowing part of all. You get that forever. Forever. Let me explain. There are people that I brought into this company in 2012. Okay, my personally enrolled brand partners. These are my ride or dies. They're all in, they're on my front line. If they enroll a new customer today, I still get 10% on that volume. Pew, crazy, right? And it's been almost 10 years later that I'm still paid on that. Now, one little caveat, if someone decides to come into our company and is immediately a brand partner in their first month, Young Living cannot pay out the fast start bonus. This would be unusual. I would say a typical pattern for a new brand partner is that they come into our company, they fall in love with our products, and then they decide to build a business later. That's a typical pattern. I'm not saying that happens 100% of the time, but that's a typical pattern. So if you have someone that's right out the gate, like, hey, I'm all in, I want to do this business right now, and they come in as a brand partner, you will not receive the 25% fast start on that volume. But I don't want you to worry about that because we are talking long-term big picture here. And you could have someone that's a brand partner for you in a decade that's still helping with your income. So we really want to always be thinking about long-term, big picture and what this looks like. Now, if they flip to a brand partner in months 2 or 3, you still get fast start. So it's just the month 1 that would take that away. Okay, I want to really quick clarify how someone becomes a brand partner. So if you're on this call and you are a customer in Young Living, meaning like you don't have a back office yet, you've never introduced anyone else to Young Living, you can at any time purchase what's called a business essentials kit. I have one right next to me. That worked out well. And there's all sorts of goodies in here. I don't have time to go over them all, but this is $30 and it has so many incredible tools inside of it to help you get started on your journey. And it has a few other perks as well that I will mention towards the end. Now, I want to mention something new with the CV piece. With a customer, they can still refer people to Young Living. Customers can still refer. They have a referral link in their on their account section on the website. Everybody has a referral link. Every single person has a referral link. So a friend can refer anyone to Young Living. They will not get paid unless they have become a brand partner. That is just a rule because of the FTC that says, hey, you have to be a brand partner to earn a commission check with Young Living. So let's say that person decides, you know what, I'm not ready to become a brand partner. I told my friend about Young Living. I'm just not gonna get paid on that yet. That's fine. They decide that's fine. But you as their enroller would still get that 10% fast start, okay? So that's pretty nice. That's new, by the way. That has never been the case. If someone didn't place an order, a qualifying order to get paid, we could not actually earn that 10% until this new rule kicked in with the reclassification. So that is fun. So what can this actually look like? Like, what are the numbers? Tell me how much money I can make. Okay, here you go. Fast start bonus, 25%, month one, 300 PV order. That's a $75 bonus in your pocket. 100 PV order, you're making $25, 200 PV order, $50 bonus. And then that 10% continues for those next 2 months as well. It's not just the first month, okay? So Fast Start is always a 3-month bonus based on your new customers' purchases for their first 3 months. But what happens after 3 months? What happens then to the money? You still get paid. It's called unilevel. In our industry, there are a few like main compensation plan designs, and Young Living follows what's called a unilevel compensation plan. And that is where you are paid a certain number of levels deep based on, you know, a set percentage. And the beauty of this is that you are paid unilevel forever as long as those customers under you are continuing to order. So that's why I have people that I brought into the company almost 10 years ago. They're still ordering, and I'm still making this commission on their purchases to this day. As you move up in the ranks, you'll notice that you actually unlock more levels of pay, all the way down to level 5 at executive and up. Pretty cool. This is where levels get pretty mind-blowing, because yes, you can see that you're making 8% up at level 1 and 4% down at level 4, but look how much wider level 4 can get. I'm gonna let that sink in, okay? So if you want, you can just put everyone on your level 1, that's fine. You'll earn 25% and then 8% potentially forever as long as they're ordering. Or you can decide, you know what, I'm all in. I want to build a team. I want levels. I want legs. I want duplication. This is what can happen. And that is the potential that you have in front of you. So what does that actually look like? Here's just an example, okay? A real life, what would this look like? I just plugged some names in here. So if on your level 1, you have Julie and Tina, you're earning 8%. On your level 2, 5% on Dave, 4% on Jane, 4% on Susan, and 4% on Mary. Bonuses. This is where it gets fun. We have a pretty fun bonus called Silver Bound. And there was just a change to this bonus today. I'm going to get into that. The Diamond Leadership Bonus is paid to the ranks of Diamond or above. So I don't want to get too detailed on that, but it is a pretty amazing bonus opportunity if you have a goal to get to that rank. That is a very nice perk. But Silver Bound is really amazing at helping people actually achieve their long-term goals. That's why I love Silver Bound, because it sets you up really nicely for long-term success. It gives you basically a roadmap for silver, and it allows you to earn cash incentives by meeting time, leg, and OGV requirements, and then maintaining that rank to strengthen your organization long-term. So what does that look like? Here's the change. This literally like an hour before this call, I learned about this change and I'm so happy about it, okay? So that star rank, if you go to the star column here, this just changed. It was 25 ER points, or excuse me, loyalty rewards points awarded for this achievement, and they just switched it to $25. Most people would probably prefer the bigger paycheck anyway, so that's exciting. But as you can see, you can earn all the way up to a $1,500 bonus on top of the Fast Start commissions and the Unilevel commissions. And so this is a great program for people who are just coming into the company and they need a roadmap for like, hey, how do I get to this next rank? Silverbound will help you do it. The great news is this packet here, the Business Essentials Kit, gives you all the information you need like to actually achieve these requirements. So it gives you the roadmap, tells you exactly how to structure your legs, what to do. It gives you all kinds of prompts for how to build your business. So I love that they're offering this now to new brand partners because it gives you a system right out the gate. And that is awesome. And then finally, I'm just going to touch very briefly on generations, which is only applicable to the ranks of silver and above. So generation commissions and the generation leadership bonus is where it gets really fun. And if you go back to that income disclosure statement, if someone can throw the link in the chat, youngliving.com/IDS, and you take a look at those higher ranks, this will explain how those higher ranks are able to achieve those income levels. It's because of generations, and generations are created by raising up leaders under you. So it's not really about recruiting. Okay. So hear me there. That's important. It's not about recruiting. It's about finding people that you want to link arms with, do this with, and say, hey, let's do this together. I'm going to show you what I did to be successful. I'm going to help you be successful. And then we're all successful together. It's a rising tide raises all ships. So it is very generous. And the opportunity here is pretty mind-blowing once you actually get your head around it. So to recap the 4 ways that we get paid, now you're like, I get it, I see it. This is our comp plan right here, just 4 ways. Fast Start, Unilevel, bonuses, and generations. If you know those 4 ways, you know our comp plan, you can share our comp plan. And for new people, the 2 that you need to know the best are going to be your Fast Start and the Unilevel, which are paid out, like I said, forever. I want to talk about a few frequently asked questions. I'm going to address these quickly. One of the beautiful things about our compensation plan that is actually quite unique to our company is that we can actually build into the people under us. This is unusual for a Unilevel compensation plan. Most of them, you have to keep everyone on your level 1. We don't have to do that at Young Living. You can actually help the people under you achieve their goals faster by building into them and placing new customers under them. So here are a few tips about that. You would want to, in most cases, remain the enroller. So you're getting that Fast Start bonus. And then you want to be strategic about this and place them based on where you have those relationships or legs that you're trying to strengthen, legs that you need to reach a goal, legs that they need to reach a goal. And sometimes it's a gamble. You don't know if it's going to be the right decision, and sometimes it pays off, and you'll see beautiful new relationships happen between sponsors and enrollers that you never even saw coming. So what could this look like? Some people develop a family leg. If you get along with your family and you all like each other, you can build a family leg. So you could put your cousin under your sister, and you can keep the enroller, and that your sister becomes the sponsor, and then you're helping your sister start a second leg. Same thing with other legs as well. The possibilities are endless. Like, you get to place them wherever you want. And my personal philosophy, every leader would probably say something a little differently. I don't typically place below level 3 or 4. That's just my own philosophy, and it has served me very well. But you can really place them wherever you want. So now that we've covered all of that, how do you actually get paid? There's 2 ways we get paid at Young Living, 2 ways you can actually get your money. One is direct deposit. This is probably the most popular way. You can set that up in your back office. Pay portal is a little bit newer to our company. Some people really like this option because the funds hit their account a little earlier than direct deposit does. So there's a tip. And you can also have the option to have a credit card, a Visa that says Young Living on it, and they load the funds onto that card. So that's a possibility as well if you decide to opt for Pay Portal. If you do not set up direct deposit, you are by default put into Pay Portal and you will receive an email from the company. So just keep that in mind. Ask your upline if you have questions about that. Payments are always made by the 18th of each month. I want to say something briefly about this. I've been with the company, like I said, almost 10 years. I have never, ever, not once been paid late. Never. Been paid on time for 10 years. That speaks to the integrity of our company and their stability. And I think you should know that. Wellness industry. We're in the wellness industry. Are we still growing? Is there still opportunity in front of us? Absolutely. Look at these projections. I remember seeing these projections 5 years ago and they all came true. And now here we are. We're still in the throes of a pandemic and people are looking for ways to support their health. People are looking for ways to wash their hands. We have so much opportunity in front of us, especially with CBD. I personally spend the bulk of my Young Living budget on CBD every single month. I love it that much. And there's so much opportunity there to share it. And we can. Some tips, brand partner tips. Lead with the product. Not everyone does this. You can lead with the business if you'd like. But for me, my stories, my most life-changing stories are always about oils. They're always about oils. Help your customers get started in Young Living. It's now easier than ever. Maybe not today, but we have this incredible new shopping platform that allows people to get started with whatever product meets their needs, whatever they need, whether that's a starter bundle or just a bottle of lavender or a bottle of sulfurzyme. They can get started with whatever they want. Teach people about subscribe to save, which is absolutely the most bang for your buck. That is how you are going to build your arsenal faster and with the best value is with subscribe to save. This doesn't mean you have to get the same products every single month. You can change them, change your subscribe to save cart every month, customize it, delete, skip, add. You're in complete control. You're not locked into something forever. I want you to make sure you're playing in your virtual office. So poke around in there, explore, figure it out. That's the best way to learn. This is truly a learn as you earn business opportunity. You're not going to know everything there is to know right away. There are things I've only learned in the last few years. I'm still learning. And that's okay. So the more you explore virtual office and really plug into our community, the faster you will shorten that learning curve. So learn rank requirements and pay structure for not only your current rank, but also the next 2 ranks so that you can see where you're going. And then consider your customers' experience. I'm really big on handling things for my people. If they can avoid calling customer service and I can handle it for them, I am all about that. Yes, please let me take care of this for you. There are always going to be little things that happen with shipping or things leaking because that's just the reality of e-commerce, shipping things that are breakable to houses. And we can handle that for people. Ask yourself if you would want to be a customer of yourself. Would you want to be your own customer? Find your referral link, also known as your share link, okay? Do not use the one in your virtual office. Use the one in the new shopping platform. Go to my account, find your share link, copy paste it, stick it in your notes in a permanent place in your phone where you can easily find it. Trust me, that will save you so much time down the road. And memorize your member number, by the way, which is, I think they're changing that to customer ID. All these new terms, we're still learning together. The MyYL website. Okay, let's talk about this briefly. New brand partners, there's a card in here that tells you this in the Business Essentials Kit, get 3 months for free. So they pay $30 for this kit, and then they get $30 worth of a website for free. Pretty nice. After that, it's $9.95 a month. And it simplifies the shopping process for people. You're not required to have this. This is a completely optional tool that Young Living provides for us. And we are in the middle of a transition right now. So my recommendation is give it a week. Give it a week before you invest in MyYL, because they are improving it and tweaking it and making it align with our new shopping platform every single day. And the nice thing, the best thing about it is that you can build custom bundles for people that will pre-fill their cart for them so they can go directly to checkout. And it's all done very seamlessly for them. It's simple and intuitive. And to set that up, you would go into your virtual office and go into my account and click on my YL website. So remember, only brand partners have access to a virtual office. Your next steps after this call tonight, best way to learn the compensation plan, the very best way to learn your compensation plan is to actually pull up your last paycheck. Do this from a computer. It's a little bit hard to see on a mobile device, but go to my account, my commissions, open it all up and look at the breakdown. That is going to help you learn the compensation plan faster than I can teach you, because you will actually see how much you were paid on each person in your organization and why. You're welcome to share the recording of this call with brand partners on your team. And I'm going to be doing hopefully more comp plan training in the future. I highly recommend you download the free Life Steps app. If you already had the app, they just released a new version of it. So be sure you delete the old one, download the new one. It just got a huge upgrade. It is a fantastic resource, and it's available to everyone with a Young Living account. Literally everyone. And it has tons of product education in it and super helpful tips and diffuser recipes, and even a quiz that you can take to find out what your body is needing. So get that resource on your mobile device and consider upgrading to the Life Steps Pro if you want the extra features that they have available as well. I want you to think about who in your life needs Young Living. Spoiler alert, everybody, everybody needs Young Living. There's not a single person I can think of who doesn't. Everyone needs it. But also think about who you would personally want to do this business with as a running buddy, because you cannot do this alone. You might be able to get to executive alone, maybe even silver, maybe, but you're going to burn yourself out and it won't be as fun. It's much more fun to actually have people that you're linking arms with, doing this together with them. And that's going to also take you into those higher ranks. So how do you become a brand partner? Let's say you're on this call and you are just a customer right now. Just is the wrong word. Sorry. Let's say you haven't become a brand partner yet. How do you do that today? Today, you would go onto the shopping platform. And actually, today is a great day to do this, because you can get 10% off this Business Essentials kit using the code July 10. And you can do that right now if you'd like to. So go on the shopping platform, add a Business Essentials kit to your shopping cart. And you can find that really easily if you go down to the bottom of the website and click on Become a Brand Partner. Order this, have it shipped to you, and then you'll get that 90-day free trial to MyYL, and you'll get this awesome packet full of information in the mail, and you'll have access to a back office. So it's $29.95, and then you can save that 10% with the sale happening now. And then I'm going to end before I open it up for questions, I'm going to end with another quote because that's just what I do. And this is Gary. This is pretty much how I built my business, just being honest. You don't have to know all about what you're doing. Just go for it and take care of your people. It's true. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to have all the answers. You will figure this out as you go, and listen to Gary. It's worth it. Just go for it. And that is my last slide. So let me stop sharing here. Okay. So Tina, do we want to turn off the recording for questions or keep it rolling?
Well, we had said we were going to turn it off because
Okay.
we want to build value in being
Yeah.
here